And that symbolizes the commencement of the AGM.
The 2025 Annual General Meeting of the Nigerian Society of Engineers is hereby called to order. Shall we now take the opening prayer, please? Third stanza of the national anthem.
Together we pray, O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Amen.
Please be seated. The next item on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda itself. May I have a motion for the adoption of the agenda, which was sent in line with our amendment requirements? That guy at the back, yes, the far back.
I, Engineer Shehu Wakili of Bauchi Branch, hereby accept the agenda. Adopt.
You move a motion for the adoption.
I move the motion for the adoption of the agenda as presented. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please.
I, Engineer Osaze Omorugwe, of Zaria branch, hereby support the motion of the adoption of the agenda. For discussion.
Thank you. The agenda for the 2025 Annual General Meeting is hereby adopted. It's not sounding well. What happened? Anyway, thank you. My very distinguished colleagues, I'd like to start my address by recognizing the presence of the past presidents who are here seated. And I'll recognize them in order of service or hierarchy or where God puts them, as we see. I'll start with past President Engineer Ifedayo Akintunde, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow Academy of Engineering. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, sir. Past President Engineer Olumuyiwa Alade Ajibola, FNSC, FANG. Please clap for them. Past President Engineer Ademola Isaac Olorunfemi, FNSC, FANG. Immediate past President, soon to become past President, Engineer Tasiu Saad Gidari Wudil, FNSC, MNI. Very distinguished Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, National Exco members, esteemed fellows of the society, corporate members, graduate members, and student members who are not here. Good morning. First, we must thank God for keeping us safe in Ibadan since we arrived here. Some of us arrived as early as Friday, and many of us started coming in from Saturday. And to the glory of God, up to this moment, we have not recorded any fatality. Shall we all give God a big round of applause? And to think that we have an unprecedented number of attendees, 8,176 at this conference. It's also something that we need to thank God for. Our AGM gives us an opportunity to come together, discuss matters concerning the society and how we have fared for the past 1 year and how we plan to move ahead in the next year and years to come. And now welcome all of you to this AGM. Today is my last AGM as president, the last AGM which I will be chairing. So I'll do my valedictory speech later. But let's get to business now. So we'll now go to the adoption of the minutes of the meeting of 2024. The minutes have also been sent ahead, and I know that even QR codes were developed and posted on all our media to ensure that everybody has access. And I'm sure that if there were issues, the executive secretary would have been able to resolve them before now, as is our practice. Unless it's a fundamental issue, which I also expect that should have been passed to the executive secretary before now, shall we have someone move a motion for the adoption of the minutes of the 2024 AGM. Yes, this man here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, please. You, yeah? He was the first to raise his hand.
I, Engineer Musa Abdulkadir from Kano branch, hereby move a motion for the adoption of the meeting,
Of the minutes.
of the minute of the AGM.
Thank you. And shall we have the lady in purple?
I, Engineer Abdullah Aziza of Ikeja branch, hereby seconded the motion of the adoption of the minutes of the meeting.
Thank you. So the minutes of the meeting of 2024 are hereby adopted. That's better. But this table is not good. I want to enjoy hitting this gavel well enough. Thank you. So let's go to the next item, and that's the reports of the Council for 2025. Executive Secretary, please. And while he gets his papers together, permit me to welcome to the AGM past President 2008-2009, Engineer Kashim Abdul Ali, FNSC, FANG, MNI. You're welcome, sir. He's very busy now, so yes, you may wish to use the podium to make it easier for you.
Report of the Council, page 1918.
Go to the podium so you can be comfortable. I will cut him short.
Thank you very much, Madam President, Deputy President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Report of the Council is from page 18 to page 105. So the preamble, this report covered activities of the Society for the year 2025, the programs executed by the various boards, committees, divisions, and branches during the year are reported accordingly. So if you go through the preamble 1.0, we have 18 items: Board of Trustees, Board of Fellows, Finance and Administration, Corporate Services, Membership Services Board, Professional Development Board, Asset Management Board, Collaboration and Linkages Board, Engineering Technology and Innovation Management Board, Presidential Committees, International Affairs Committee, Nigerian Content Committee, Codes and Standard Committees, then reports from divisions. And we have reports from branches, council meeting attendance, audited and finance statements. So if you refer to the preamble, all the reports are in the book up to page 105. So if there is any observation or comment, the floor is open. Otherwise, we move on to the next agenda. Page 105 is the last page of the reports of the Council. If there are no comments, then we have the report of the Council Independent Auditors Report, which is from page 105.
Yes.
And
Once you finish your report, you can step down.
okay. So the auditors will come and present their report. Thank you very much.
Yes. Can we have, this report was also sent well ahead of today. Do we have comments or observations? None. So, those who support the adoption of the report of the council to AGM, please raise your hand. If you support this report, please raise your hand.
Okay, now just advise the secretary.
Please raise your hand again. We just need to take a better look. Okay. From the look of things, from the hands that are all, I can see that the majority. Approved? Come on, sit down. Next is the financial statements and audited accounts for 2024-2025. Can we have, please bring in the auditors. Bring in the external auditors, please. Okay.
Madam President, elders of the engineering profession, distinguished members of the Executive Council, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. It is our great pleasure to be in the annual general meeting of the Nigerian Society of Engineers for the year 2025 to present the report of the independent auditors on the audited financial statements of this highly esteemed Society of Engineers. My name is Chinedum Iwo, the managing partner of Chukwuomenka Chartered Accountants. First, may we congratulate the members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers for the successful International Engineering Conference 2025 that has been concluded today. We performed the audit of the Nigerian Society of Engineers for the financial year ended June 30, 2025. And the report, the financial statement is contained in the book that are in our hands. The audited account covers from page 98 of the report in our hands. Our report as external auditors is on pages 109, from pages 109 to page 113. Madam President, distinguished engineers, our report is a long report. As auditors, we usually take permission from the members whether to read our report fully or to summarize it? Thank you very much. Because we are performing a statutory function that is required by the law. So if we must summarize it, we have to get the approval. Thank you very much. Distinguished members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, our audit is based on the international standards on auditing, which guides and regulates the practice of audit, the processes and procedures that external auditor has to adopt before he can express an opinion on audited financial statements. The financial statement of the highly esteemed Nigerian Society of Engineers has been prepared in accordance with the international financial reporting standards and in compliance with all the financial reporting frameworks of Nigeria, including the Companies and Allied Matters Act of Nigeria, the Financial Reporting Council Act of Nigeria, and every other financial reporting requirement. The Nigerian Society of Engineers, as we know, is a professional body, and it is a non-governmental organization, that is non-for-profit, NGO. So the account of the society is prepared to show, one, whether the society is carrying out its function as an NGO, and whether the activities of the society are in line with the mission, with the visions and objectives of the society. And so, in carrying out our audit, one of the things we are required to look at, and which we confirmed, is whether the society has a very good internal control system that is appropriate and relevant in preparing and presenting a true and fair financial position, and whether the Secretariat, the Governing Council, and those charged with governance responsibility carried out their governance function with respect to preparation of financial statements, so that before we can say that the accounts give a true and fair view, the fundamental structure of the accounts, we must have looked at it and must be satisfied. Distinguished members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, we carried out our audits as required, and we were satisfied that the Nigerian Society of Engineers in the year 2025 maintained a very good internal control structure. The accounting system was carried out effectively, such that the report produced from those systems reflect a true and fair view status of the financial position of the society. Our report is summarized as follows, like we have it on page 109. Our opinion: we have audited the financial statement of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the society, which comprised the statement of financial position as at 30th June 2025, and the income statement, statement of other comprehensive income, statement of financial position, statement of changes in equity, and statement of cash flow for the year then ended, and a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory information are set out in the pages. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of the society as at 30th June 2025, and of its financial performance and its cash flows for the year then ended, in accordance with international financial reporting standards, the Companies and Allied Matters Act of 2020, and the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act 2011. Our opinion is that the financial statement of NSE give a true and fair view. So the results that we have are true. It is not inflated, it is not manipulated. And the books of account of the Nigerian Society of Engineers are in agreement with this report. We have a clean report for the Nigerian Society of Engineers for the financial year 2025. Now let's talk to the account itself. On page 114, as we have on the screen, we have the income statement, which we traditionally know as profit and loss account. This is the statement that shows the income of the society, the expenses of the society, and the net position, whether the society made surplus or deficit. In the commercial sector, we say whether it made profit or loss. So we have on the upper part the income. The Nigerian Society of Engineers has a long list of streams of income covering members' subscription and the rest of them. However, for purposes of ensuring that the society is not exposed to unnecessary tax, the streams of income are summarized under 4 categories, which aligns with the mission, with the approved objective of the society. Because the NSE has a responsibility to file its annual audited accounts with the Federal Inland Revenue. And when they take this account, they begin to look at the money you say you made. If there is anything that does not support why you exist as a professional body, they will ask you to pay tax. So as part of audits and financial reporting process, every year we actually look at, is there anything that is divergent? And so we are satisfied that NSE's money all came from approved activities, and therefore nobody will come and hold NSE to come and pay tax. Especially, we know that we are entering into what I call a predatory tax regime. 2025 tax is going to look critically into every organization, whether there is any money you have to pay to government. So as we can see, the income of NSE comprises member subscription and fees, education and professional development, engineering advocacy, and other receipts. And in this year, a new income item emerged, and which is in-kind contribution received. Now, all these streams of income are tax-free because NSE is a professional organization, and that is why you can see member subscription is the major chunk of the income streams. So in 2025, the total income of NSE is 3.1 billion naira. In 2024, the corresponding year, the total income was 2 billion and 45 million naira. So in 2025 accounting year, the income profile of NSE grew by close to 1 billion naira. That should be about 900 and something million naira. Okay, thank you very much. It grew by over 1 billion. Thank you very much. Distinguished engineers, we can see that in year 2025, there is a new income line. And this is important to highlight it because it is a material item. Material not because of the money, though the money is significant, but because of the impact, because of what it represents. In 2025, Nigerian Society of Engineers was able to attract partnership from institutions who supported NSE, not just with mouth goodwill, but with actual tangible financial resources. And as an NGO, there are various ways institutions can support the activities of NGO. Either they give you cash, or if you have a particular need and tell them, look at what the project we have, they can actually support you materially. And so during the year, certain organizations supported NSE with actual contributions. For instance, at the last AGM, an organization supported NSE with both food items, and the other one supported NSE with the conference materials. They paid for it, and there is a tangible receipt of value for money. And also, certain organizations also supported NSE in paying for delegates of NSE to attend international engineering conferences. And these are all core activities of NSE. And because we have audit evidence that these were actually received, that is why it was recognized. And in line with the accounting of a non-governmental organization, if somebody pays for you and he did not give you the money cash, but you receive the value, it is recognized as in-kind contribution. We have to make this explanation for the benefit of our engineering members. Thank you very much. So the expenses of the NSE are as listed. In 2025, the total expenditure of NSE was 2.6 billion naira. In the previous year, it was 1.7 billion naira. So in 2025, NSE made a surplus of 478 million naira. In the previous year, it was 267 million naira. Despite the increasing costs, despite the high cost of things, NSE was still able to optimize its costs such that while revenue increased, it was still able to manage the cash flows so that there will be surplus, and it is important for financial sustainability. Thank you very much. On the next page, we have the financial position, statement of financial position, which, scroll to the next page, please. Statement of financial position, which is the balance sheet. It shows the status of NSE's accounts as at 30th June 2025. The properties of NSE comprise property, plant and equipment, financial assets, intangible assets, and there are current assets which comprise inventories, receivables, and cash and bank balances. The total assets of NSE at the end of 2025 financial year was 5.9 billion naira. In 2024, the financial position was 5.3 billion naira. NSE has some payables. Please, you can scroll the screen for members to see. NSE is funded by various fund arrangements, which comprises accumulated fund, building fund, benevolent fund, endowment fund, life members fund, trust fund, gratuity fund, education fund, future growth reserve, and revaluation reserve. All these are special funds of NSE because NSE maintains a fund accounting system. The total fund of NSE at the end of 2025 as displayed is 5.9 billion naira. In 2024, it was 5.3 billion naira. As we can see, NSE's financial position increased in the financial year 2025. And we have carried out audits on these accounts, And we have issued our opinion that we are of the opinion that these financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of NSE. And it's fully supported by the NSE's accounting books, accounting records. And tax people always come around to look at it, and they came around to look at it in 2025. And we in NSE management, we supported NSE management, and we defended NSE's financial position. And the amount of tax they wanted to collect, they could not collect. But because we were able to defend and uphold the fact that NSE is a non-governmental organization, and all the payments and receipts were in line with the company's objectives. And the company has a very good internal control process, monitored very, very well, both by the internal audit, by the audit committee, and by the executive committee, and all the governance structures of the society. So as auditors, we have issued our report that the financial statement give a true and fair view. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or concerns, comments? Yes, please.
Good morning, President. Good morning, everyone. My name is Engineer Osaude Idwekeme, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, Loni Branch. Thank you very much, Auditor. Please, maybe you can help us shed more light. Some of us can assess some of the details. You observe that the depreciation and amortization increased from about 32.5 million in 2024 to over 113 million in 2025. Please, it will be good if you share more light so that we also all understand the basis. Thank you.
Yes, let's just take all the questions so you can answer them all at once. Is there any other question? None. So please answer. Oh, sorry. Yes, Engineer Rabiu Haruna.
Good morning, I stand on the established protocol. My question to the external auditor is on the operational expenses, where the expenditure finished. Operational expenses was presented as well as the personnel costs and well other operational expenses incurred. If the operational expenses suffer from the personnel and other spendings, or operational expenses covered, because to me, I see it as a definition. And the second question is, the future growth reached 50 million 2024 and 2025, which means community there is no growth in that respect. I hope you understand my question. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, there's one hand up at the, yes, the last aisle there.
Good morning, Madam President. Good morning, Deputy President, sir. Good morning, Executive Secretary. Good morning, Vice President. Good morning, Executive members, and good morning, everybody seated here. My name is Engineer Rubenemo. I want to ask a question, and I'm going to take it from the perspective of a business manager. Now, to our auditor, I want to believe that you are finance managers and you are supposed to give financial advice to the society. In business, you are thinking of increasing your revenue and then reducing your costs. How have you been able to help the society to reduce its revenue and then at the same time help the society to reduce its costs
So, engineer, thank you. They are not our finance managers. They are external auditors. They are the auditor and thank you. So please answer those two questions.
Okay.
Can we have some quiet, please?
Distinguished members of the highly esteemed Nigerian Society of Engineers, we thank you for the observations and the questions. First, the first question is on depreciation. Why the increase in depreciation? All right. First of all, let us understand what depreciation is. Depreciation is a provision, a charge that is made on fixed assets. When you acquire a fixed asset, you have to write off the cost over a certain number of years. Now, why do we have increase in depreciation? The reason is this. During the year 2025, this accounting year, there was a realignment of the society's property, plant, and equipment. And that realignment came as a result of tax audits that was carried out during the year. Now, that tax audit was carried out by FIRS, not on the current year, but on the previous years. The Nigerian Society of Engineers, if you check at the last year's audited account, the property, plant, and equipment of the Nigerian Society of Engineers are in twofold, and it follows accounting practice. There is no law against it. And that practice is this. An institution can have property, plant, and equipment, which we call fixed assets. There are some assets that you acquire, and they are there. You are not using them. But you hope that in the future, you might have to sell them for capital gains. For instance, NSC has buildings and properties. So the ones that fall under fixed assets that are being depreciated is the one that we normally carry as property, plant, and equipment. But according to an accounting rule, if you are not using certain of your fixed assets, and sometimes you can get money like rent, you are free to call it investment property. And that is just for disclosure purposes. So for investment property, you don't depreciate it. So that was the practice NSA had adopted until 2025. So when the Federal Inland Revenue came to check on NSC, so they now charged tax on the investment property of NSC. Now, FRS has an internal rule, what they call deemed income. If you have an investment somewhere and you are not showing in your account investment income, they will think that you have made income from that investment, but you have hidden it from them. So what they do, they will apply a rate on the value of that investment. They will call it deemed income. So because you are following a normal accounting rule to which it is not a law, so you separated your fixed asset from investment property. I will give you an example. You have a building in Lagos, which are rented out. And so you don't depreciate those assets. So during the year, tax office came around and said, all your investment properties, which was up to 1 billion naira, they calculated about 30% of it and asked NSC to come and pay tax. But we had to defend. You know, when we were presenting, we say they came for audit and we defended NSC. NSC was not making investment income from those property. Like you have lands which you are holding. And so they were all under investment property. Okay, thank you very much. So for purposes of reducing tax conversation, everything were realigned to fixed assets and depreciation increased so as to close off that aspect of tax conversation because they were asking you to come and pay more than 100 million on the value of investment property. So everything now is now called fixed assets and depreciation was applied. So it increased. Thank you very much. Regarding the operational expenses, distinguished engineer, administrative personnel cost is also part of operational expenses. However, because of the need to show personnel costs separately, because like we say, each time they come for audit, they will always take figures at face value. They may not even go to breakdown. So personnel cost was actually separated from operational expenses so that you know operational expenses are purely something that has nothing to do with salaries and wages. That is just the separation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Concerning the future growth reserve, 50 million. Why is it constant at 50 million? It was actually the policy of the council, you know, before the completion of the NSC's next 2. So there was a decision to hold the future growth reserve at 50 million until when the project is completed. You will not need to have a future growth reserve and you'll be needing money to complete the project. So it was the council decision to hold the future growth reserve at 50 million until when the next project is completed. That's why it has remained the same at 50 million over the year.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you very much.
You may step down, please. Shall we have a report of the audit committee, please?
The statutory audit committee. Where is the statutory audit committee? Engineer Omolola Adetono, FNSC.
Is there any member of the committee here? Exco members.
Which one of you is in statutory audit committee? Do you have the report? Please come up and present.
Thank you, Madam President. Permit me to adopt the protocol as established. Report of the Statutory Audit Committee of the Nigerian Society of Engineers to the annual general meeting. The full details of the observation of the members of the committee have been submitted to the council. So here I'll just present the summary of our findings. In line with the provisions of Section 404, subsection 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we, the Statutory Audit Committee, hereby state as follows. 1, that we review the audit plan and scope and the management letter on the audit of accounts of the society for the year ended 30th June 2025. That the audit plan and scope for the year under review are adequate in our opinion. 3, that the accounting and reporting policies of the society conform to legal requirements, the society's financial regulations, and ethical practices. And 4, that the internal control and the internal audit functions were properly implemented in the year under review. And like I mentioned earlier, full details of the observations have been submitted to the Council. Thank you.
Thank you. You may step down. Thank you. Distinguished AGM, shall we now have someone move the motion for the adoption of the financial report for the year 2024, financial statements and audited accounts for the year 2024-2025. Engineer Zachary Ayitogo, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers.
I, Engineer Zachary Osage Ayitogo, do hereby move the motion that the financial statement and audited account of the Nigerian Society of Engineers as presented be adopted.
Any supporter? Okay. There is somewhere here. Yes, in white. Okay. Chairman IBADAN branch.
Thank you, my President. I, Engineer Ayo, Ojegile MNSC, supported the motion. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Seconded the motion.
It's fine. Thank you.
And so with the motion and the supporting motion, the financial statements and audited accounts for year 2024-2025 are hereby adopted. This thing is not standing well. Thank you. The gavel is not sounding well enough. I don't know why. Can you hear it well? Thank you. Okay, so now we go to item number 8 on the agenda, and that's the appointment of auditors for 2025-2026 financial year and the authorization of the council to fix their remuneration. We at the EXCO, particularly, have found the auditors very useful, not just in submitting or auditing our papers, but also helping with FIRS. This year alone, we got a bill of about 200 million from FIRS based on our income and what they perceive that our income is. But then, of course, we are doing well, so that's to be expected. So now, we have the opportunity of either retaining this, Chukwu Emenka and Associates, Okay, so what they did for us was to now double as tax advisors. And we wrote a memo. And then those people, they came, of course they did, but we were able to, find our way around it due to their help and their assistance. So they have worked satisfactorily, and I think they've done about 4 years now. So we may want to renew their appointment.
So, can we have,
If the AGM so wishes, can we have a motion for authorizing, no, there are two now, appointment of Chuko Menka and Associates, and authorization of council to fix their remuneration. Engineer Felix Nwanko, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers.
I, Engineer Felix Obiara from Abuja branch, do hereby move the motion that the auditor, Chukwuemeka, be appointed, be retained as an auditor, and the council to be given approval for their remuneration. Thank you very much.
thank you, sir.
Engineer Patricia Odili, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Thank you. I, Engineer Dr. Patricia Netan Opinel, do second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I can now hit the gavel. Make sure that this thing is showing. So the council has been given the authorization to
Fix the remuneration of the
accountants. No, not the accountants. The independent auditors. Approved? Okay. So that's about all for now. We are on, the next item is number 9, and I don't think voting has ended. So I can take my time to read my valedictory speech.
past president of the Nigerian
Society of Engineers here seated. Distinguished fellows, respected colleagues, members of council, respected AGM, some of who are captains of industry, partners from government, academia, the private sector, and of course, our very vibrant diaspora branches across the world. I'm sure that most of them are online. Standing before you today fills me with profound gratitude. This moment is more than just a MEMAT requirement. It is the celebration of a shared purpose, the collective journey of engineers who refused to stand still, who believed in ingenuity, and who consistently chose progress over complacency. On January 20, 2024, when I took the oath of office as the 34th president of this great society, we came with a vision shaped by insight, sharpened by service to society, and collective experience and strengthened by your trust. We anchored that vision on the Margaret Oguntala Presidency Strategic Agenda, MOPSA, built on 5 pillars. 1, membership development. 2, intergovernmental industry-academia collaboration. 3, reinforcing international relations. 4, improved community impact. And 5, reimaging governance and socials. Today, we gather not merely to give a report, but to reflect on what we, not one person, not one office, but all of us have accomplished together. And what an extraordinary journey it has been. We did not only dream of a stronger NSC, but we built it. We have rebirthed the NSC for growth, empowerment, and advancement of engineering. We did not only talk about elevating the profession, we demonstrated it. We walked the talk. Something shifted in these 2 years. A renewed confidence, a unified identity, a stronger national voice, a sense that Nigerian engineering is rising again. And today, we reaffirm the truth. The Nigerian engineer is no longer on the sidelines. We are at the table, shaping the future. Google search for NSC on the internet now means the Nigerian Society of Engineers and not Nigerian Stock Exchange. Our modest achievements are encapsulated under each strategic theme as follows. Membership development, strengthening the heartbeat of our society. From the very beginning, we understood that the strength of the Nigerian Society of Engineers lies not in our buildings, systems, or ceremonies, but in our members. That is why over the last 2 years, membership development was placed at the very center of our mission. It was never an administrative exercise. It was a commitment to restoring dignity, pride, and belonging to every Nigerian engineer. Membership growth and deep reforms have also been achieved. And I'm pleased to report that we achieved one of the most remarkable membership expansions in our society's recent history today, as shown. Please show it. Yes, those are the graphs there. Our total membership has grown by over 30%, reflecting renewed trust in our processes. Corporate membership witnessed significant growth, reinforcing confidence among organizations. Graduate engineers and young professionals benefited from CPD training in data analytics, while senior engineers received specialized training on digital transformation in engineering. Fellowship admissions increased in number and diversity, reflecting a robust interest in senior members wanting to contribute to the society at the highest level. This growth was supported by the full automation of our membership processing system, the elimination of long-standing backlogs, and the introduction of a transparent verification process that members can trust. Launch of the NSC membership app. For the first time in our history, and in tandem with our modern trend, NSC now has a digital membership app. A major step in improving access to services that were once difficult or completely out of reach. This innovation has brought convenience, credibility, and visibility to our operations, making membership engagement smoother and more modern. Strengthen presidential media chats. We also strengthened the presidential media chat, a platform through which members directly engage the leadership. This continuous dialogue rebuilt confidence, restored trust, and ensured that our members felt heard. Today, many proudly identify with the NSC because they see integrity, fairness, and measurable impact. launch of the Yearphone digital platform. To further empower our young engineers, we launched the Yearphone website, a dedicated digital hub designed to connect, inform, and elevate the next generation. The platform enhances access to internships, job opportunities, IT placements, scholarships, mentorship, and collaborative spaces for knowledge exchange. It has already grown into a vibrant community where young engineers actively engage in discussions and contribute fresh ideas to national engineering development.
Pillar 2.
Intergovernmental industry and academia collaboration, restoring the voice of and influence of the Nigerian engineer. From the onset, we understood that engineering leadership must go beyond technical competence. It must extend into policy, governance, and national influence. Under this pillar, we made a deliberate effort to ensure that the voice of the Nigerian engineer is not only heard, but respected at the highest levels. Government relations and national advocacy. Over the last 2 years, the NSC reclaimed its rightful place in the architecture of national development. We established active, respectful, and strategic engagements with the Presidency, the National Assembly, state governments across the Federation, NIBRI, and other agencies. And in each engagement, our message was consistent and unwavering. No engineering project in Nigeria should exclude Nigerian engineers. We championed, defended, and amplified the implementation of Executive Order 5, ensuring that indigenous participation remains a non-negotiable national policy.
Policy influence and technical advocacy. The NSC has
become an authoritative voice on engineering matters. We deliver technical advisories, policy recommendations, and public safety statements on critical issues such as flooding and climate adaptation, building collapses and construction failure, road infrastructure failure,
energy transition and national power challenges, material testing and construction
safety, engineering regulation and professional ethics, and so many more. Continued advocacy for the grade level 10 entry point for engineers in the civil public service of the Nigeria. Can we please let's have that. There's a short report on that. Last year, we were represented at the Council of Establishments Conference, which held in Ede. And this year, we also sent representatives to advocate our position at the National Establishment Council Conference in Kano. And this is a brief report of what took place. The struggle continues. We are not relenting. As of today, because of the pressure that we and some other professional bodies have put on the council, a template has been developed to assess the credibility and the performance of engineers, and also ensure that we are qualified to have at least the level 10 entry point. And I'm sure that looking at the template, you will see that the NSC qualifies. I believe that by next year, when they meet again, we'll be able to clinch that. A round of applause for Nigerian engineers, please. Strategic partnerships, MOUs, and innovation acceleration. To strengthen our influence and expand opportunities for Nigerian engineers, we executed several high-impact memoranda of understanding, including partnerships on public relations and media visibility for the engineering profession, capacity development through NSC demonstration farms and special skills training, continuous development program, internship pipelines, and structured capacity building for engineers, particularly the young ones, exclusive product discounts and benefits for NSC, such as the MUCA products discount, National Innovation and Technology Vision projects, engineering research, collaboration, and technological advancement.
A landmark achievement was our partnership with Midas IT of India,
resulting in the donation of $17.4 million worth of state-of-the-art engineering software to 15 Nigerian universities, a massive leap in strengthening engineering education and industry relevance. Furthermore, on 20th November 2025, the NSC collaborated with NCDMB, the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, Renaissance Oil Company, which is formerly Shell BP, and First E&P to unveil the Nigerian Engineering Olympiad, NEO, a first-of-its-kind national innovation competition targeted at final year and postgraduate engineering students across tertiary institutions. NEO is now positioned to become Nigeria's biggest yearly engineering innovation pipeline. In these past 23 months, NSC has not been silent on national issues. NSC has not been passive in policy rooms. We have been present, persuasive, and purposeful. NSC has not been reactive to national challenges. We have provided foresight, clarity, and engineering-driven solutions. We have elevated our engagement, strengthened our partnerships, and restored the engineering profession to its rightful place at the center of national development. With our influence restored and our collaboration strengthened, it became clear that meaningful national impact requires not only advocacy, but also world-class professional capacity. International relations and global engagement, positioning NSC on the global stage. One of the defining goals of this administration was to ensure that the Nigerian engineer is not only respected at home, but recognized across the world. Under this pillar, we transformed the global visibility of NSC from occasional participation to sustained international relevance. We strengthened our presence within the World Federation of Engineering Organization, the Federation of African Engineering Organization, FEO, and engineering institutions in the United States, China, Russia, just to mention a few. These engagements did not merely elevate our profile, they created opportunities for collaboration, visibility, and leadership for Nigerian engineers in global engineering decision-making spaces. Expanding diaspora engagement and international mobility. A major stride under this pillar was the revitalization and expansion of NSC's diaspora branches. Across continents, we empowered our branches to become hubs of support, networking, and professional development. To address the growing challenge of brain drain, we established international mobility committees in the diaspora branches. These committees provide structured support for Nigerian engineers abroad, ensuring that our members gain access to engineering roles rather than menial employment. It is one of the most impactful support systems ever designed for Nigerian engineers abroad. Diplomatic engagements and bilateral partnerships. Our international relations also extended into formal diplomatic channels. Notable engagements include collaboration, discussions, and engagements with the United States Embassy on partnerships with US engineering bodies and easing mobility for Nigerian engineers. High-level engagement with the Nigeria-German bilateral cooperation channels, exploring mutual engineering development opportunities. Active participation in the Offshore Technology Conference in Houston, one of the world's premier gatherings for engineering and energy innovations. Global conferences, partnerships, and innovation platforms. NSC strengthened its global footprint through meaningful participation and strategic partnerships across major international engineering platforms. We represented NSC at various events, and one of the most important are two that I will mention. We entered the strategic partnership with the World Green Design Organization during the World Green Design Conference at the Shanghai Expo Center, China, reinforcing our commitment to sustainability and green innovation. Furthermore, at the Belt and Road Forum of Engineering Capacity Building in Chengdu, we presented NSC's structured CPD model as a benchmark for developing economies, expanding international collaboration on training,
certification, and future-ready skills. Now we have a new global reputation for NSC. Today, when the NSC, Nigerian Society of Engineers, speaks, the world listens. Our ideas are respected. Our members are valued. Our institution is regarded as a serious partner in global engineering advancement. They actually come to us now seeking partnerships. With our global visibility firmly established, the next step was to strengthen our internal systems, governance structures, and professional accountability mechanisms. And that takes me to Pillar 4, community impact. Building engineers, strengthening branches, and inspiring society. Our administration believed deeply that engineering must touch lives, not just through projects, but through people. Under this pillar, we expanded our presence in communities, empowered our branches, and restored the human heart of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Training and capacity development, we had several training within the branches and our divisions. And then there was strengthening of branch and divisions. Across 93 branches and 26 divisions, we redefined what it means to belong to the Nigerian Society of Engineers. We partnered with branches to deliver visible community projects, which are many. And some of them were mentioned in the video that was showed yesterday. Infrastructure development received strategic attention through major improvements on NSC properties. In the development of our land at Gwarimpa, development of NSC land in Alausa, and NSC mass house in Buhari, Abuja, where we have fully paid the accumulated ground rent and acquired the certificate of occupancy worth about 50 million. Pillar 5, reimaging governance and socials. Building a modern, transparent, high-performing institution is what we have strived to do. And under this pillar, we focused on transforming the NSC from within, rebuilding its systems, modernizing its processes, strengthening its governance, and elevating its public image. We wanted an institution that not only serves engineers today, but is strategically positioned for the next decade. A new strategic future for the NSC. One of the most profound achievements of this administration was the decision of Council to transform the MOPSA framework, which is the document that guided our presidency, into a 10-year NSC strategic agenda. Can we please have a good round of applause for the Council? This long-term framework ensures continuity, institutional memory, strategic alignment, professional empowerment, sustainable growth, and the advancement of engineering practice in Nigeria and across the world. And by adopting this long-term vision, NSC has laid a foundation that will outlive any single administration and give future leaders a clear, enduring pathway to build upon. This is legacy, this is continuity, and this is vision. ISO 9001:2015 certification, setting a new standard of excellence. One of the proudest achievements of this administration is the successful ISO 9001:2015 certification of the NSC. This did not come easily. It demanded discipline, collaboration, documentation, and a total shift in culture. ISO certification ensures quality in every process, consistency in service delivery, transparency in operations, alignment with global best practices. And this achievement is not a plaque on the wall. It is a promise that the NSC will be governed with the highest international standards. This is the new NSC. Financial stability and institutional discipline. The ISO 9001 certification also required transparency, accountability, and institutional discipline. We therefore needed to overhaul financial procedures, strengthen procurement processes, introduce key performance indicators, enforce strict compliance, increase internal revenue, eliminate operational leakages, and restore financial stability and credibility to the society. And the outcomes are clear.
improved revenue generation, as you have been told earlier, greater transparency in reporting, and sustainable financial health for future administrations. At the moment, we have investments in treasury bills. For the first time, NSE has investments worth about $500 million in treasury bills. NSE finances have become strategic, not reactionary as we were able to invest some of our idle funds for rainy days. Digitalization and modernization of the Secretariat, we moved the NSE decisively into the digital age. And the key achievements include the commencement of a paperless office through the electronic document management system, commencement of an e-library on the NSE portal for research, innovation, and engineering development, remodeling of the President's office and the reception area, enhancement of Secretariat ambience to improve staff productivity, installation of clear directional signage defining the NEC headquarters as a modern professional environment. This transformation ensures that the NSE remains responsive, efficient, and aligned with global engineering standards. Governance reforms and cultural transformation. We implemented reforms that revitalize the governance structure of the society through the following. We introduced quarterly cadence meetings for committees and boards, alignment, strategic review, and dashboard monitoring. We comprehensively restructured and revitalized all committees. We revised TORs for all committees to strengthen accountability and performance. We put in place continuous feedback mechanisms to identify bottlenecks and accelerate progress. Governance at the NSE has become more structured, more accountable, and more data-driven. Staff welfare and organizational culture. We recognize that an institution can never rise above the morale of its workforce. To improve staff engagement and productivity, we introduced staff bonding through Happy Hour, a day out with the President initiative, review of staff salary, staff star of the month, consistent visibility, empathy, and open door leadership. These initiatives boosted staff morale, encouraged team spirit, and strengthened ownership of the society's mission. A happier workforce created a more vibrant, more efficient headquarters. Engineers now enjoy prompt and efficient services. Together, we built not only a stronger institution, but a stronger family. With these reforms, we have transformed the NSE into a modern, credible, globally respected institution, one that is structured, empowered, and ready for the next decade of engineering leadership. Our shared legacy. Leadership ends, but legacy remains. And our legacy is clear. We stabilized the NSE. We strengthened the NSE. We modernized the NSE. We restored pride in the NSE. We positioned NSE for the future. And this is not my achievement, it is our collective achievement. And here is my personal reflection as the first female president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Permit me to speak from the heart. Serving as the first female president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers has been the honor of my life. I felt the hopes of women engineers. I felt the expectations of young girls watching. I felt the weight of history, but I also felt your trust. Together, we proved that leadership is not about gender. It is about competence. It is about empathy. It is about courage. It is about service. And to every young woman listening, please remember, if I could break this ceiling, believe me, you can shatter walls. A charge to the next generation, next administration. To my successor, my very able, dependable ally, and the incoming EXCO and Council, you are inheriting a society that has been strengthened, stabilized, and restructured. Guard the progress, please.
Build on it. Take us even higher. Lead boldly. Innovate fearlessly. Defend ethics. Support branches. Protect the engineer. And never forget, this society belongs to its members. A charge to all engineers. Nigeria is at a turning point. Engineering will decide whether we rise or fall. As we enter an era defined by renewable energy, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, defense systems, and advanced manufacturing, Nigerian engineers must take the lead. We must rise, we must innovate, we must not sit on the sidelines. And as Nikola Tesla said, the present is theirs, the future for which I have really worked is mine. Let this be our creed. The future of engineering in Nigeria is ours to build. In gratitude to every fellow, corporate member, associate member, graduate member, branch chair, division chair, committee chair, board chair, council member, secretariat staff, and partners, particularly my partner for life, my partner of life, Engineer Ademola, Theophilus Ademola Oguntala, FNSC. Thank you. You wrote this chapter with your dedication, your criticism, your service, and your belief. This journey changed me forever, and I will cherish it for the rest of my life. And in closing, our tomorrow is bright. We are engineers. We imagine, we design, we build, we transform. We leave the world better than we met it. The NSA is rising. Nigerian engineering is rising, and Nigerian engineers are rising. Nigeria will rise because we will build it. Long live the engineering profession. Long live the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Express deep gratitude to the NSE Council, branch chairman, and members nationwide for their unwavering support throughout our administration.
So I'd like to start by thanking God that I had that dream. I worked towards it, and it came to pass. I'd like to seek your indulgence. So rise, please, and join me in singing that song. That song, To God Be the Glory. To God be the glory, great things he has done. So lovely the world that he gave us his son. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Let the earth hear his voice. To God indeed be the glory. Praise the Lord. So let the people rejoice. Oh, come to the Father through Jesus the Son, and give him the glory. Great is he has done. And I'm very proud that today, that document has metamorphosed into the Nigeria Society of Engineers strategic document. Thank you. It's 12:06 now. So we expect the election committee to come in any moment from now. But while we wait, is Engineer Usoro here? Let's stand up and stretch, please, while we wait for them. Let's do some stretches.
All right, relax, stand up. Raise your hand like this. Now go like this. I do like this. Don't kick anybody, but raise your leg like this. And go like that. Then you do like this. Just
a young man. No.
The waist is very important. Put your hands on your waist, then shake it. All right. Now, be talking to the person next to you while you are shaking your waist. Anything you like, be telling the person. You've been seated since you are not talking. Yes. Since you sat with the person, you did not greet good morning. You did not say anything. Oh yeah, now begin to say it. All right. Thank you, thank you. Yes, if you are finished talking, you can now sit down. But when you are sitting down, sit down with a smile. Yes, make some noise for a few minutes. The AGM is still in progress. Do not go out. If you go out, your attendance will cancel. It's an automatic system at the exit door.
Yes.
So while we are still waiting, try and get 3 contacts at least. Only 3. Make sure you get 3 persons' number that is not from your branch, that is not from your state, that you never know before. And when you do business, remember me, 30% is my share. If you have misplaced any item, please come to us. We may have it. We have some ATMs, eyeglasses, earrings, hand ring, any kind of ring, we have it. Key, ATMs, come to us. We may have it. Thank you. And if you find anyone, please report it to us. Thanks. We have certificates belonging to agricultural institutions, students. Please, they are not here, but agricultural institution engineers here, come and collect it too. Thanks. Please, you can now sit quietly. They are beginning to serve lunch.
Kindly take your seat, please.
Can we have some quiet now? Thank you. Break is over. Let us sit down. Break is over now.
Please sit quietly. Lunch is being served now, please. Why? In fact, the second time, if I had gone, I would have lost.
Please, let us have some quiet. Be seated so that the lunch will not pass you by. Be seated. Thank you. And please, branch chairman that has completed their tenure, see the secretariat before you go.
Inshallah.
Branch chairmen that completed their tenure this year, August, this year's August, see the secretariat at the front right to collect your certificate of service. Lunch is going around. let us have some quiet, sit down, and the AGM is continuing very soon. Thank you.
My husband wore their own cap yesterday. Yeah, that's what they wrote. That's what they wrote.
I only did what I did with the other group, with your whole group.
Yeah.
I've never opened my mouth to say I endorse them.
No. It's sad.
I don't interact. I don't move with people who are wayward. You can't protest for what? What happened to you? What did they do to you?
I got one shocker. The shocker of my life this week. Shewande was in the situation room at the 2017 election. He told me that my agent did not vote for me.
Who was your agent?
Fausat.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was even saying that.
That Fausat deleted that.
while we're having the break, if you hear your name, it means you have your certificate with us to pick as a branch chairman that has completed your tenure. Engineer Dr. Solomon Inikori, MNSC, Houston Branch. Engineer Awosika Olawoyin Collins, MNSC, Jalingo Branch. Engineer Aminu Yero Amadu, FNSC F. Nice, Yola Branch. Engineer Professor Ibrahim Abdullahi, MNSC, Kabuga Branch. Engineer Aliyu Sabo, MNSC, Damaturu Branch. Engineer Agi Arnold Agba. All right, see the secretariat now. Just go to the secretariat. Branch chairman that has completed their tenure in August. Thank you.